Hi. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Come on in and hang out with me this morning. Morning huddles were started in 1998 and it is now 2023 and I still like to do them. If you haven't been part of my morning huddles, basically they're 15 minutes long. You come in the morning. I do a little bit of coaching around a topic and you go off amongst your day and had a little bit of Dora time. So let's just go make sure. Sometimes I have no idea if people can see me and hear me. So I'm going to go and check in the lovely world of Facebook and make sure I can see my face. So bear with me for a second. How is everyone doing this lovely Thursday morning? Have everyone had their coffee or tea yet? Yes, I'm here. Okay, good. All right. So, good morning. Good morning. Happy morning huddle time inside the Women Who Soar community. If you're coming in for a replay, just let me know so I know that you watched it. And if you're here live, come in and say good morning and come say hi. The topic for this morning is to give you the education and understanding of why marketing feels easier than sales. Why does marketing feel easier than sales? And why am I bringing this to the forefront this morning? Um, the theme for the week is rule the world without ruling the world. And that comes from I can't get Beyonce out of my head. Like I keep seeing her songs because I got to see her in Paris. And one of her songs is Girls Rule the World. And so the theme is rule the world without ruling the world, meaning like we don't have to control everything. Um, the topic is, why does marketing seem easier than sales? And you ever have those moments where you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, "Oh, this is so brilliant," and you, like, write it down, and then you're like, "Oh, yes, I need to share this with the world." That's what happened to me last night. I woke up and it was like, "Oh, yes, this needs to be my morning huddle this morning." Like, why are women struggling so much with sales right now? And I had that moment like, "Oh, this is don't you remember, Dora?" And so I wanted to share it with all of you this morning. So the topic today is, why does marketing feel easier than sales? So I'm going to give you a visual of a visual around that. So picture a a company, an organ a picture a large company. So a company like, let's think of a company. I can't think of a company. Maybe picture a company that you used to work for. So picture a organization that you used to work for, a larger company, if you ever worked for a larger company. So if you ever worked anywhere, like at a hospital or for a retail store or for a bank or accounting firm, for a company, okay? Not an entrepreneur. And inside that company, they're hiring for different departments. So we have all different departments inside of a company, right? So if you go to Indeed right now and go to LinkedIn and you look for all the roles to fill inside a company, there's all different departments. So if you go to Indeed literally right now and start looking for jobs inside companies, there are jobs for departments in the marketing, so marketing department jobs. And then there's jobs for the sales department, sales, account executive, sales manager jobs. So I used to hire all the time, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people I have hired. And I was like, duh, Dora. It was so much easier to hire inside the marketing team than it was to hire inside the sales team. And there were a number of reasons why. So why was it easier to hire someone for marketing than it was to hire someone for sales. It was easier to hire someone for marketing because marketing wasn't in the front line. Marketing was in the back line. Marketing didn't have any front of the front access to the consumer. They were not in front of the consumer. Marketing was behind the scenes, and they were building out sales pages and um, websites and brands and logos, and marketing was building out the long-term strategy around how they were going to develop a lead pipeline. um, they were looking at KPIs, and they were looking at analytics and marketing analytics, and they were looking at CRM systems, and they were looking at data of who the target audience and who the ideal clients were. And they were behind the scenes. They were never in front. And so that was so much easier to hire for because they were not in front. So sales, on the sales team, it was so hard to fill jobs in the sales team, because with the sales team, guess what I'm going to say? They were right in front of the consumer. The sales team was the ones doing the work to actually support the marketing. The marketing wouldn't work without the sales team. So hiring for the sales team, having that skill set of someone that was willing to be in the front line, going to the consumers, being able to build those relationships and be able to actually sell the product, sell the offer, sell the package, that was extremely hard to fill because they were not behind the scenes. So I pause because I'm always like, what's your aha moment right now? Is your aha moment that makes sense? It totally makes sense that sales is hard because I'm in the front. I'm in front of my consumer. I'm the one. Every company needs both. You have to have your marketing team and your sales team. Without one, it doesn't work. That's why successful companies have both. And how much are we relying on being behind the scenes doing marketing, sending out our newsletters, posting on social media, going live? How much are we relying on that and not really getting in front of our consumer and talking to our consumer, talking to our client? Because that means that we have to be in the front, not behind. One of my clients is a visibility coach, and we all struggle with visibility. Even the visibility coaches struggle with visibility. We struggle with visibility. But how do you take what you do and bring it to the world in both areas? Bring it to the world as you market it and as you sell it. You do it together, right? You do it together. So some of the characteristics, that the skills and the character, why it's so much harder to hire for sales than it is marketing. The skills and the characteristics that make it hard to hire for sales versus marketing is that skill that you don't have to have in marketing is that skill of no fear. The skill of not having fear. The skill of saying, it's okay if I don't get a response the way that I want to get a response. When you're marketing, the fear isn't as big because there's no you're not out there. You're not completely out there. The skill of having no fear when you're actually out there trying to talk to your consumer, it's fragile, it's vulnerable. Right now I'm doing it, right? Like any one of you could say to me, "I don't like what you're saying." And I could take that personally, right? So when you're going directly to your client, your consumer, you're taking a risk, and you're l- y- something could happen that you don't that you can't control. And there's so much media influence out there right now saying that if you just do this, it'll work. If you just market this way, it'll work. And so we're leaning on that, let's go ahead and just do it that way because I'm afraid, I have fear of actually talking to my clients and my consumers. But here's the real silence is acceptance. So if I sit back and I'm silent about it, then I'm going to accept that that's going to be the way it is. I it's proven to me over and over and over again over the last 20 years that to build a successful business, you have to have both departments. You have to have a marketing department and you have to have a sales department. That's been proven to me over and over in every business that I have built. So with women entrepreneurs, solo entrepreneurs, as you're building your business, you too need to have both departments. And that means that that is you. That's you, especially in the beginning and not in the beginning. Like always, that you're always marketing and selling as a woman entrepreneur. Even if you become a team of 30, of 40, of 50, it's still you. So, what are the skills that you think that you might be missing? And if you don't know what those are, that's okay. But what are the skills that you think that you might be missing that keep you in fear? And if it's I don't know how, it's I can help you. If it's I don't know how, the answer is there's coaches like me out there that can help you. But if it's I don't know how, then how to overcome that I don't know how. I know this sounds cliche, but if you're telling yourself I don't know how, then the answer is do it. The answer is do it. I know who my people are. I just need to do it. I just need to go and talk to them. All right, we are at time. I have a 9:30 call. Super hope this was helpful. Grateful for all of you. I will see you tomorrow. Happy Thursday. Bye, all.